Right, match one. We're playing something that's a little bit like a control deck, but it looks like it can be pretty aggro. We're going to keep this. It's a pretty good looking hand. Visionary Augmenter may just be dead right now, but this is too good to pass up. You know, if Visionary Augmenter wasn't in here, this would be a great hand. So we'll play Plains first. Now let's play Swamp. Doesn't matter too much. I'm trying to remember exactly. It'd be nice if I could look at my deck while I was playing. Alright, gonna just play out a Trafficker. Next turn we'll play out the Screecher. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully we draw a Plane so we can play out our Augmenter. Otherwise, turn 4 we're probably playing a Captured by the Consulate. Thankfully our opponent isn't playing a color that will have very cheap removal for our Trafficker. Now the question here is, do I want to play Companion or Screecher? I think I like the idea of getting in with Screecher every single turn from like now until the game ends. So I think we're going to attack here. Get a Screecher out. And we're going to swing for 2 in the air until he plays a Flyer, basically. Which, since he's in green, I haven't seen another color yet, but he probably, depending on what he has, what he's playing, he probably doesn't have one. We'll just have to remove it. Okay, we're going to kick a lot of butt. Okay, so gonna attack for 5. It's funny, I'm like, oh yeah, I was playing something that's like a control deck. We're swinging for 5 on turn 4. It's pretty good. Okay, so we'll play this. Pass the turn. Okay. So I wonder what he's going to do here. He's probably going to put a counter on it. That would make sense. Do I want to tidy conclusions it? It really does stop my guy pretty much dead in its tracks. And I have more removal, so I'm just going to remove it and swing for a lot. Because now he's got to worry about losing the game in 2 turns. Which is asking a lot of our opponent. Yeah, that was a nice fast win. That's very cool. We didn't figure out anything from our opponent. It's possible that their hand is full of, like, I don't know, red cards or blue cards or something. Who knows? And they just didn't find the mana they needed to play it. And we just took advantage of that and beat down very quickly. So we're not going to sideboard. I don't think there's really a reason to. Yeah, I don't really see a reason to sideboard, so I'm just going to run it right back. I'm wondering if our opponent feels the same way. Perhaps they're taking out some of their slower cards and trying to lower the curve of their deck because they saw just how aggro we were that game. Our deck is very good. It has the capability of being super aggro, but it also has amazing late game plans with Gearsmith and bouncing it, as well as a ton of removal. That's sort of why I called it a control deck. It's got all this removal in it. In my mind, I sort of imagined that it would just want to play flyers and get through in the air while removing everything else and sort of gumming up the ground. But apparently it can also just deal a ton of damage by turn 5, which is pretty cool. I'm okay with the swamp there. I really wish it was a either a spell or another plains. Okay, he's actually playing some stuff this time. Another Lawless Broker. Okay. Probably just going to play Lawless Broker into Lawless Broker. He's going to get in for a little bit. Okay. That was an okay draw. I don't want to trade my broker for his Cobra, so I'm not going to be blocking. He's going to attack for sure. Okay. Maybe he wants to hold up a trick? I don't understand that. We're going to play another Lawless Broker. And then we're going to swing in. And if he wants to make our other Lawless Broker into a 4-3, he can. And what I mean by that is, just blocking here. I'm totally fine with that. I'm cool with getting the value. I feel like maybe he has a trick. He's got that 1 green mana trick that... No, that couldn't be it either, because he would have attacked unless he misread that it untaps. I'm trying to figure out what our opponent is doing, and I can't. Because it's crazy. Okay. Does he have a trick? No. So we're going to put the counter on there. That's cool. He's not doing anything. Okay, we got a Pima. Probably going to revoke that. Okay. I do like Kumbal. I could possibly play Kumbal and then attack with the broker, and if he wants to trade an Outrider for the broker, and then I'll make my Kumbal into a 3-4. That's not that bad. I don't particularly want to Gearsmith into broker, but I could, and it's actually not that bad of a deal. I mean, getting a 3-3 on there and drawing a broker isn't bad. I just kind of wish it was like, I don't know, getting Kumbal back, or maybe getting a Sky Swirl Harrier. I think Sky Swirl Harrier is probably the one thing I really want to get back with Gearsmith. If you're looking at the deck list right now, you can probably tell better than I can what I would really want. I think I'm just going to play Kumbal. No, I'm going to play Aetherborn, actually. It uses the mana the best. It blocks pretty well. We'll make a servo because of our artifact synergies. I'm going to attack with the broker. If he wants to block, I'm going to put the counter on the Aetherborn, make it into a 5-4. Nothing left to do this turn, so yeah, seems good. I like broker quite a bit. It seems like a lot of value. It's just a lot of nice little incremental value. I guess it wouldn't have really mattered there. I mean, maybe he would have chosen to put the counter. The other thing is people usually put the counter on the Outrider instead of making a servo, so having the 4-3 broker and swinging in doesn't really change much for me. Okay, this time I think we're going to revoke privileges. If we draw a land... Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I like revoke here. And then just swing. Definitely happy revoking it. We'll swing for 6. We got a lot of value in our hand. This is a pretty sick looking hand, honestly. We can always get our Aetherborn back with the Gearsmith, which is great. Oh, so he is playing black. Die young. Okay, that's fine. No biggie. We're gonna... What do I have? 6 mana. So I could Kumbal and Glint Sleeve Artisan. I think I will. because it uses the mana better than the Gearsmith does. Counter servo. We definitely want the servo. I keep forgetting that my deck has a lot of artifact synergy and not a lot of ways to turn it on. Bristling Hydra. Okay. So he can give it hexproof and make it into a 5/4. Do I want a 2-for-1 myself? 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have enough. I guess I'm just going to play Gearsmith now. And get back my big drop. Because I don't know, it seems like the most value. And then we'll just pass. And we'll see if we could possibly. Well, no, he gets hexproof until end of turn, right? Or yeah. So it would need to be instant speed. So we can't. We couldn't even use enchantments to kill it if we wanted to. So what we need is one of our instant speed removal spells. Or we need a trick or something. I'm trying to remember. That's bad. What's he targeting? Kimball? Well, hey, at least we get to gain some life and he loses some life. Okay. Aviary Mechanic. So we get to Aviary Mechanic Gearsmith again, which is pretty cool. I think we do that actually. Pretty sick. Let's play Kimball again. I like that. I like that sweet, sweet value. Unfortunately, we just can't really do anything while he has hexproof for his Bristling Hydra. We're just kind of stuck, you know, sitting, waiting for him to use it. I mean, I suppose we could swing all in. Seems bad. The next turn, revoke it, maybe? There we go. So now what we can do is we can revoke privileges and then essence extraction in response. No, that doesn't work. Because now it's bigger. Because hunt the weak. Hmm. I'm not sure exactly where to go here. I guess we play Cabal, maybe hold up Essence Extraction. Or maybe we want to revoke the Daredevil. Actually, maybe it would have been best to play the Aetherborn there. Can't attack. Yeah, we'll just pass. Okay. Let's block here. Okay. Another mechanic. I think I am just going to play the Aetherborn. I mean, what I could do is I could revoke privileges on the Bristling Hydra. He'll activate in response, and then Essence Warden, or Essence Extraction. Essence Warden, that would be sweet, wouldn't it? Play Essence Extraction, make his guy into a, well, I mean, it'd still be, no, it'd be a 6/5 with 3 damage marked on it. And then he could just block a servo. Well, he wouldn't block at all. I wouldn't attack with the servo, and he wouldn't block at all. And then he would kill like my Restoration Gearsmith or my Cabal, and take either 5 or 4. Go to 9, and we would lose. That seems pretty bad. So we can't do that. So that means that we need to either play Aviary Mechanic and Restoration Gearsmith again, or just play Aetherborn. I think I prefer Aetherborn, and I am going to put the counter on it this time, so that it can contend with the Hydra even when he makes it bigger. And I'll start swinging in with that. But until then, we have to pass. Another broker, okay. Gonna try to hold off on killing those if I can until I can sort of kill all of his other creatures at once. Speaking of kill all other creatures at once, now would be a really terrible time to get, what's the word? Fumigate. Fumigate would be a terrible top deck right now. So what do we want to do? We could force him to use... No, that's no good. I mean, I think we attack with the 5/4. Yeah, I mean, guess. Yeah, we'll attack with the 5/4. Go on the see what happens plan. He can double block with the brokers. Seems not that amazing for him. But I think that's what he's going to do. I can't use Essence Extraction here because he just puts the counter on the other one. This is a 2-for-1, so I'm pretty happy with it. But he does get to put 2 counters on the Hydra, which is crazy. Hmm. So now what? I mean, I kind of feel like maybe I'll just captured by the consulate. He'll use his counters in response, and then next turn I can revoke privileges when he can't give it hexproof, and then I just win. It might be worth that risk. I think I'm actually going to try that and see if he goes for it. I feel like he's going to use it. And I don't really care for captured by the consulate anyways. It's not an amazing card. Yeah, that's fine. I get to play Dund Operative just in case everything goes wrong. But if everything goes according to plan, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we're 2 away from lethal. So he needs to play a Sage right now. Or something similar. Hunt the Weak. That doesn't do it. Yeah, I think he's done for. Probably should have attempted this earlier. I don't think there's any way to get energy at instant speed, so yeah, he is screwed. All right, I think this is GG's. I mean, we don't win here, but we pretty much win here. I don't think there's any way he's gonna come back from this. We're just gonna set up to get more value. So that's sweet, sweet value. This is a pretty good exhibition of our deck. It showed off our super aggro game, and it showed off all the value we can get just from Gearsmith and our big drops. All right, well, hit the subscribe button here if you enjoyed the content. That way you can stay up to date with all the new videos that come out. Also got a link to the next video as well. All right, see you in match 2.